Hello my lovelies, welcome back if you've been here before, and just welcome if you're new around here. I am Amy and today we're going to be doing a nice intermediate funky yoga flow, working our way towards doing these splits at the end. So if you can't do the splits, that's not an issue whatsoever, we're just working in that direction and it's a great flow to do again and again and building up that flexibility to do the splits. So it'll be useful to grab some blocks for the end of our practice, or maybe just some books or some cushions, just making use of whatever you've got in your house. If you do enjoy this video, I would love it if you could leave a comment letting me know what you thought of it and subscribe to my channel to see more from me. So we're going to get started today in a long stance Baddha Konasana. So bringing the soles of the feet to touch and keeping a nice distance between the groin and the heels. So working into the hips right from the start. Make sure you've got a nice long spine, so stacking the head over the heart, over the hips. The hands can rest wherever is comfortable. And let's just take a few moments here to ground into our practice. So closing the eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. And starting to take long, slow, smooth, deep breaths in and out through the nose. As you inhale, fill the belly up with air from top to bottom, from left to right, from front to back. And as you exhale, draw the navel towards the spine, pushing out every last drop of air. You can begin Ujjayi breathing if that's in your practice, so constricting the back of the throat so the breath becomes audible. Just connecting to the breath, connecting to your body, so maybe taking a little body scan, noticing the sensations in the body, any areas that feel tight or tense. And while we're here, let's set an intention for our practice. So maybe you want to challenge yourself today. Maybe you want to be kind to yourself and take it easy. Maybe you want to really focus on the breath, really focus on the body. So just take a moment to set that intention and tuck it away in the back of your mind. One more deep breath in here, and then you can either keep the eyes closed or softly open them. You're going to extend both legs out straight, coming into our staff pose. So keeping that nice long spine, we'll inhale to sweep the arms up overhead, and then exhale, fold down over both legs. Knees can be as bent as you need to keep that nice long spine. Let's just take a moment here in this first fold. Maybe bending and straightening one leg at a time and keeping those legs nice and active. So really getting into the hamstrings straight away. Now breathe in, sweep the arms up overhead, exhale, fold, let's flow. Inhale, reach the arms up, exhale, reach them forward. Hands may be grazing the mat as you inhale, grow tall, stretching through the sides of the waist, and then exhale, cascading down over the legs. Inhale, reach up, stretching through the fingertips. Exhale, folding down, reaching that chest forward and reaching the shoulders back. Breathe in, stretch up, and release that air as you fold. Let's do one more time. Fill the lungs with air, growing tall, releasing that air as you fold. Now inhale, come back up, Take one last stretch up towards the sky, and then bring the hands down by your sides, cross over the ankles, roll onto the knees, and then coming into our tabletop. So stacking the shoulders over the elbows, over the wrists, spreading through the fingers, hips are stacking over the knees. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, send the hips and the collarbones up towards the sky. Exhale, draw those hips and collarbones towards one another. Inhale, lift, open through the chest, gaze straight ahead. Exhale, create that rainbow with your spine. Take 3 more on your own, moving at your own pace with your own breath. Take your last cat and cow. And as you're ready, let's all meet in our neutral tabletop position. On your next breath in, you're going to lift that right leg to hover off the mat, and then bend the knee, start to take big circles with that right leg. So imagining like you're painting a circle in the air with your knee. You might hear some clicks and funny noises. Let's switch directions of that circle. Really opening through the hips straight away. And then extend that leg out behind. Inhale here, and then exhale, draw that knee towards the elbow, and then plant that foot to the outside of the right hand. Come down onto the forearms if you wish, or stay up on the hands. Maybe rolling onto the outer edge of that right foot, and just swaying from side to side. Feeling into the hips, maybe taking circles with the hips, maybe rocking from left to right or from front to back. Just feeling into the sensations. Keeping that breath flowing. Now either staying down on the forearms or coming up onto the hands. One version might feel more intense for you, so just play around and see how it feels in your body. You're going to bend that left foot in and sweep the right hand around, grabbing the outside of the left foot and drawing that left foot in towards the glute. So it's early on in our practice, so you might just be drawing that foot in just a few inches. So really opening up the quads here, also getting a nice opening through the spine, opening through the chest. This is a great stretch to hit up lots of different areas at once. One more breath in here. And then release that foot. Start to walk that right foot in towards the centre. So framing the foot with the hands. And then let's straighten that front leg, coming into our half splits. Inhale, get long. One flat back. Exhale, fold down over that leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold and hold. Keep those right toes flexing back towards the face. Send that breath into that right leg. And then rock forwards back into your low lunge, and then bring that right foot towards the left hip, coming into our pigeon pose. Let's keep it nice and active here as we're warming up. You can keep the fingertips on the mat if you wish, or you can lift them behind you, finding a little bit of a back bend, opening through the chest, strengthening through the spine, and strengthening through the hips here. And release, place those hands on the mat, lift up that front knee and step it back to tabletop. Now inhale, lift that left leg up to a hover and then bend the knee, starting to take those big circles in one direction. Notice whether you're dumping all of your weight into one hand. Try and keep it evenly distributed. And let's switch direction of those circles. Extend that leg out behind, take a deep breath in here, then release that air as you draw the knee towards the left elbow and then step it to the outside of the hand. Coming down onto the forearms or staying upright, maybe rolling onto the outer edge of that left foot and just spending some time wiggling around here in our lizard. Drawing the chest forward and the shoulders back, and gazing down right around the level of your hands. Now either staying down on the forearms or coming up onto the hands, seeing whichever one feels best in your body, then bending in that right foot, sweeping the left arm around, reaching for that foot and drawing it in towards the glute. This side might feel different from the other, so just stay in touch with those sensations and take it to your personal edge. Keeping the chest nice and lifted, nice and open, so notice whether you're collapsing into that right arm. One more deep breath in here. And then release that foot. Walk that left foot back towards centre and then straighten that left leg into your half split. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, get long. Exhale, go deeper. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Last time here, lifting, and then fold and hold. Staying connected to the breath. One more deep breath in here. And then breathe out, rock your way back forwards into your low lunge and then come into pigeon on the other side. So bringing that left heel in towards the groin, pointing the left toes. Let's inhale, extend those arms out behind, opening through the chest. Find some energy through the arms, so pointing those fingers. And release. Frame that foot, step it back to tabletop, then bring the toes to touch, bring the knees as wide as the mat, and sink the hips back towards the heels, coming into a wide-legged child's pose. Once again, let's take some time here to rock from side to side. If any areas feel particularly tight, you might hold there for an extra breath, using that breath to loosen up the tension. Let's inhale to lift up, exhale, stretch over to the right. One deep breath in here. Inhale back through centre, exhale, take it over to the left. Full cycle of breath here, breathing into that right side body and breathing out to soften. Inhale, come back to centre, plant those hands on the mat, and then tuck the toes under, press your way back into a downward facing dog. Let's pedal out through the legs, so bending and straightening one leg at a time, rooting down through all 10 fingers, and just wobble out the head and neck, so making sure there's no tension there. On your next breath in, you're going to sweep that right leg up towards the sky, and once again, let's open the hip, bend that leg, and start to take some big circles with that right knee. Going in one direction, and then switch directions. Now inhale, sweep that leg up towards the sky. Exhale, round through the spine, step it through between the hands, and then keeping the back heel lifted, you're going to straighten that front leg. So coming into extended pyramid. You can stay up on the fingertips, or you can grab blocks if you've got those, or you can come down onto the hands, folding down over that leg. Let's inhale, get long, exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, exhale, release. Breathe in, get long, exhale, fold and hold. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale to lift. Now put all of your weight into that right foot, get really heavy, and then kick off that back leg, launching into your standing splits. So using the strength of that left leg to draw it up towards the sky, really opening into the right hamstring here. You can have the hands on the mat, or you can wrap them around the ankle for a bit of balance, or even bring them together at prayer. Deep breath in here, and then breathe out, coming into your Jiva squat, tucking that left knee behind the right. Inhale, get long, exhale, Jiva squat. Inhale, extend, exhale, Jiva. Breathe in, reach that foot towards the sky, breathe out, tuck that knee in. Last time, breathe in, get long, breathe out, Jiva squat, and then this time, reach it up to the sky as you breathe in, and then breathe out. Can you keep that leg straight as you swing it through to a standing staff pose? So, spine is nice and long, foot is flexed out in front of you. Inhale, reach those arms up towards the sky, and then exhale, let's take it into standing pigeon, so crossing that left ankle over the top of the right knee. Inhale, extend, exhale, standing pigeon. Inhale, standing staff, exhale, standing pigeon. Inhale, staff. Now hold in your staff. Can you reach that leg a little bit higher? And now can you take that leg out to the right using just the strength of that leg? Hold it here. 3, 2, 1, and take it back to standing staff. Now come into your warrior 3, arms extended out in front of you, or together at prayer, or maybe balancing down on the ground. 3 deep breaths, balancing here in your warrior 3. And then release those hands down to the mat. Step that foot all the way back to the back of the mat. Let's inhale, sweep that right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, take it into revolved Skandasana. So coming onto the knife edge of both feet. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it down. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, take it down. Revolve your way into a side lunge. Take a deep breath in here. Opening up through the inner thighs, opening up through the hips, and then spin your way back into a low lunge. Step it back to plank, work your way through a vinyasa. Inhaling to upward facing dog or cobra, exhaling to downward facing dog. Let's go straight for the other side. Inhale, sweep that left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bend that knee. Start to take some big circles in one direction. And switch directions. Inhale, extend that leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee in towards the nose. Step it through between the hands and then straighten that front leg, coming into extended pyramid. So back heel can stay lifted off the ground, either on fingertips, on the palms or on blocks. Let's inhale to get long, drawing the chest forward, and exhale, fold. Breathe in, lift, nice long spine. Breathe out to fold. Deep breath in, get long. Breathe out, fold. Inhale, lift for the last time, and then exhale, fold and hold for 3 breaths. Now inhale to lift, get really heavy in that left foot and then step all your weight onto it as you lift that right leg up to the sky, coming into standing splits. Either keeping the hands on the mat, bringing them to the left ankle, or bringing them together at heart center. Let's take a deep inhale here and then breathe out, squat down. Inhale, extend, exhale, squat. Inhale, extend, exhale, jiva. Breathe in, toes towards the sky. Breathe out, knee behind the knee. Last time, standing splits and jiva squat. Now inhale, standing split. Then exhale, without dragging it, try and extend that leg straight out in front of you, coming into your standing staff pose. Fingertips reach up towards the sky, right toes are nice and active. Let's inhale here, exhale, standing pigeon. Inhale, extend, exhale, pigeon, opening up into the hips. Inhale, get long, extend that leg. Exhale, sink down, pigeon. Take a deep breath in as you extend that leg out. Can you hold it out in front of you? Can you lift it even higher? And can you extend it out to the right? Deep breath in. Take it even higher. And then back to your standing staff. Hands to heart. Making our way to warrior 3. Extending those arms or holding them at heart center. Maybe taking them down to the floor if you need to. 3 deep breaths here in our warrior 3. If you fall out, just come back in, no worries. And then take those hands down, land with that foot at the back of the mat, and then spin your way into Revolve Skandasana. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Last time. Inhale, reach those fingertips forwards. Exhale, sink it down. Now spin your way into a side lunge on that left knee. Right toes point up towards the sky. Chest is nice and open. Inhale here. Exhale, maybe pushing that left elbow into that left knee, opening through the chest. Now spin your way back into a low lunge at the front of the mat. Step it back to high plank and then work your way through a chaturanga. Inhaling to lift, exhaling, maybe rolling over the toes, coming back into downward facing dog. If you've lost the breath, let's take a moment here to reset and reconnect. So take 3 deep breaths. Now inhale, sweep that right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep it high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it for the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold here for an extra beat. And then step it through between the hands. Spin that back heel down onto the floor. Rise your way up into warrior 2. Inhale, straighten that leg. Bring the hands to press. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, extend. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, sink towards the ground. Now inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle, crossing that right hand towards that left hip. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, take that cross of the arms. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, last time in side angle. Now inhale, reverse triangle, so straightening that front leg, reaching those right fingertips towards the back of the mat. And then exhale, bump the hips back, take it down into your triangle. Finding length through both sides of the waist, reaching those left fingertips up towards the ground. Let's inhale here. Then exhale, extend those left fingertips forward. Extend the right fingertips to meet them, hovering here. And then can you lift back up to standing, keeping the arms overhead. Sink back down into your warrior 2. And then you're going to carry on sinking into that right knee, coming back into our side lunge. Either with the hands for support or keeping the hands at heart or lifting the hands up towards the sky. Can you travel to side lunge at the back of the mat? Back to the front, back to the back, over to the front, last time, over to the back, come back into your side lunge. Now a funky transition here, you're going to bring your bum onto the floor, bring that right knee to meet the left, and bring the hands down. So we're coming into a half hero position facing the back of the mat. So if you got a bit lost, that's fine. Just come meet us here. The left toes are pointing up towards the sky. The right toes are tucking in next to the right bum cheek. Let's inhale, get long. Exhale, fold and hold. Now press into the hands, come back up to seated. You can either stay here in just a half hero position, or you can bring the left toes towards the left glute, coming into a full hero position. You might need to scooch up on your mat. You can stay here if this feels like enough of an opening in the quads, or you can work your way down onto the elbows, or come all the way down onto your back. So the lower back will be slightly lifted off the mat here, that's okay. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Now keeping the right knee rooted, you have the option here to bring that left knee in towards the chest, so hugging that left knee in, rooting down through that right thigh. This will likely intensify the stretch in that right quad even further. Now, hugging onto that left knee still if you've got it. You're going to unwind that right leg and bring the right ankle to cross over the left knee. So coming into reclined pigeon with the right ankle crossing over the left knee, shoulders rooting down into the mat. Now uncross that right leg. You're going to thread the hands behind the back of the left thigh and start to straighten that left leg, maybe walking the hands further and further up the back of the leg as you draw that knee towards your face. Really opening through the back of that left leg. Just take it to your personal edge. Now take it as far as feels good and then see if you can let go of the leg and keep it where it is. So taking it from being a passive stretch into an active stretch, finding some strength through that left leg. Drawing those toes towards the face, keeping the foot nice and active. And release that leg down to meet the right. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Now you're going to cross the ankles over and rock your way up. Come onto the knees. Come into a tabletop. Then press your way up, walking the hands up the thighs and draping yourself back into a camel pose. So lifting that chest up towards the sky, hands reaching down towards the heels. The toes can be tucked under if you wish. And then release the bum down towards the heels, place the hands on the mat, tuck the toes under, and we're in a downward facing dog, facing the back of the mat. Let's inhale, sweep those left toes high, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep it high, exhale, knee to nose. Last time, breathe in, stretch that leg up, breathe out, draw it in, hold here for an extra moment, and step it through between the hands, spin your way up into a warrior two. Let's inhale to straighten, exhale, sink it deeper. Inhale, press those hands, exhale, extend those arms. Inhale, straighten, exhale, sink it deeper. Now inhale, reverse, exhale, take that crisscrossed side angle. Inhale, reverse, exhale, side angle. Last time, inhaling to stretch back, exhaling to stretch forward. Now inhaling, taking it into reverse triangle, and then exhaling, bumping those hips back, stretching through both sides of the waist, coming into triangle. The bottom hand can be hovering, it can be resting on the leg, it can be resting on the floor. Just make sure you're not dumping all your weight into that hand. Let's inhale, extend that right arm forward, then that left arm forward, holding here, and then coming up into our extended triangle situation, and then bending back into that front knee, sinking back down into our side lunge. Either with the hands for support, hands at prayer, or hands up towards the sky. Let's take it over to the other side. Back onto the left, over to the right. Back to the left, over to the right. Back to the left for one last time, holding here, and then sit your bum down on the floor, spin that left knee in towards your hero pose. Just shuffle yourself into alignment, flexing through the right toes. Inhale, reach those arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold down over that leg. Now press your way back up to seated and bring yourself into full hero position. So tucking the toes alongside the hips. You can start to walk your way back onto the elbows or all the way back into a supine position. Now this time, keeping the left knee on the ground, you're going to hug that right knee into the chest, really intensifying that quad stretch. And then keeping hold of that right knee, let's cross that left ankle over the right knee, hug that knee in, coming into our supine pigeon. Now release that left foot, extend that left leg out long, then bring the hands to thread behind the right thigh, start to walk them up the leg, pulling that knee towards the face, keeping those toes active. Now take it to your personal edge and then release the hands using the strength of that leg to keep it in place. And then release that leg down onto the mat. Hug the knees into the chest. And then this time, let's take some rocks up to boat pose. So rocking back and landing in boat pose. Legs can be bent or straight. Rocking back, hold in your boat, back, boat. Last time, back, up into boat pose, then cross those ankles. This time you're going to shoot the legs back and land in a chaturanga. So there we go. Inhaling to upward facing dog, exhaling, rolling over the toes maybe, into downward facing dog. Deep breaths here. Now you're going to walk the hands to meet the feet at the back of the mat, coming into a forward fold. So bending and straightening one leg at a time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come all the way up to standing. Turn to face the long edge of your mat, stepping the feet out wide. Turning the toes to face in ever so slightly. Inhale to get long. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Come down into a fold. So you might just come down here. You might come down onto the forearms. You might start walking the heels of the hands in line with the heels of the feet. Just take a moment to wiggle around, feeling into the hips. Now bring those hands to plant on the mat. Walk the feet in just far enough that you're able to tuck those upper arms underneath the thighs. And then extend the legs out straight, maybe coming into Tittibhasana, pointing through the feet, and then lowering your way down from there into Upavista Konasana. So bringing the legs out as wide as feels good for you. Let's inhale, get long. Exhale, start to walk yourself from side to side as you make your way down into a fold as far as feels good in your body. Keep those feet nice and active. Now press your way back up. You might need to bring the feet a bit more narrow here. So we're going to extend the legs up, extend the arms up overhead, and then come to hinge. So we're hovering off the mat. Lift our way back up as we breathe in. Breathe out, hinge and hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lift. And then hover and maybe hold. And then come back up again. Woo. And now bring those feet into a Baddha Konasana. This time maybe bringing the heels close towards the groin. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to fold. Using the elbows to press those knees open. Now press your way back up, roll over onto the knees. If you've got blocks or books nearby and you want to grab those, you can do that now. Bring them underneath your hands on any level, so they might be up here, or here. Just take it where you need to go. We're going to extend that left leg out behind and then start to walk that right foot through, inching it forwards. So if you've got your blocks, you can use them to support you. You might just be up here, you might breathe into it here, or you might sink your way down into the splits, depending where you're at in your practice. Just take it as far as is right in your body. And that might be different on a different day. It might be different on a different time of day. So just tune into those sensations. Be kind to yourself. Maybe inhaling to reach those hands up overhead and then exhaling, twisting over to the right. So bringing that left hand to the outside of the right leg, bringing the right hand to the outside of the left leg. We'll take 10 more deep breaths here. So you might find that as you stay in the pose and as you breathe into it, you can slowly sink deeper and deeper into your splits. Just play around with the hand placement. You might bring them to the hips. You might bring your hands overhead. You might fold down over that leg. Notice whether the hips are totally veering off. So if your hips are like this, then just stay further upright. Use the breath as an indicator of whether you've gone too far. So if the breath has become shallow and constricted, then just back out of it. And then as you're ready, let's release from this side. So taking the hands down to the mat, drawing that right heel back in. Let's just take it back into a wide leg child's pose for just a moment. So wiggle around, feeling into the hips. And then pressing back up into tabletop, getting your blocks ready if you need them on this side. Let's extend that left leg behind, then step it through and slide it forward into our splits. So this side might feel totally different from the other side, and that's absolutely fine. So for me, the left side is a lot tighter than the right. So just take it slow, just listen to your body. Maybe lifting up and then releasing, lifting and releasing a bit deeper each time. Keep that left foot nice and flexed. Maybe inhale, reach up, exhale, twisting to the left. Now inhale, sweep those arms up maybe take them to the hips, maybe fold down over that left leg. Just a few more moments here. And release. Draw that leg back in once again. Take it into a child's pose. And let's just pause here, maybe stacking the hands to create a little pillow for your forehead. Notice whether the shoulders are hunched up by the ears, just try and keep them nice and soft. Fill the belly with air, feel it rising towards the ground. And then press your way back up, come into a tabletop, and then bring that right knee towards the right wrist, right heel towards the left hip, coming back into our pigeon. And this time, let's fold down into a nice relaxed pigeon and hold here for 5 deep breaths. As you're ready, press your way back up, keeping the right foot where it is. You're going to swing that left leg out in front, maybe using the strength of that left leg, and then bring that left foot to the outside of the right knee, rooting down through all 5 toes of the left foot. Let's take the left hand out behind, inhale, reach that right arm up towards the sky, exhale, twisting over to the left. Using that elbow to help you get deeper into the twist, or maybe just hugging the knee today. Whichever option enables you to keep a nice long spine. You might even straighten that right arm, bring it towards the right toes. You might even take a bind here, so hooking that right arm under the right leg, bringing the left arm behind. And release. Maybe just take a baby counter twist in the other direction. Unravel those legs. Come back to your tabletop. Then inhale, extend that left leg. Exhale, draw that left knee towards the left wrist, heel towards the right hip, and sink down for 5 deep breaths in our pigeon pose. As you're ready, press your way upright using the hands to support you. Then swing that right leg around, stamp the right foot to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, sweep that left hand up towards the sky. Exhale, either hug or hook that elbow, keeping a nice long spine and keeping those right toes rooted down into the earth. Maybe for the last few breaths you might straighten that left hand, reach it for the outside, for the inside of that right foot. Maybe you take that bind. And release. Take a little baby counter twist. Then extend both legs out in front of you. Then, using the strength of the core, slowly make your way down onto your back. Let's give ourselves one final hug, nice big squeeze. And let's just finish off with a happy baby. So, either reaching for the inside or the outside edges of the feet, and then drawing those thighs down towards the ground. Keeping the hips and the shoulders rooted down into the mat. If there's any other moves you need, feel free to take those now. Otherwise, let's extend those legs out long, down towards the bottom of the mat, letting the feet flop open, drawing the hips down towards the heels, tucking the shoulder blades in, letting the fingertips curl in towards the palms. Find some length down the back of the neck. And let's just take a little body scan from head to toe. So, is there any tension in the face or in the jaw? Just try and soften. Soften through the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the fingers, the hands. Soften through the chest, the upper back, the stomach and the lower back, the hips and the glutes. Soften into the mat. Soften through the thighs, through the knees, the calves and the shins, the ankles, the feet, the toes. Just letting go of more and more tension with every exhale. Completely softening, surrendering to the surface beneath you, feeling completely supported by the ground. And let the breath be soft too, so let go of any breathing that you had. Let it return to its natural rhythm. Maybe even softening your thoughts. So if thoughts come up, just letting them come, letting them be, and then letting them go. as you're ready, let's start to bring some gentle movement back to the body. So whatever movement your body is calling for today, is it a wiggle of the fingers and toes? Is it a big stretch up overhead? Is it some circles with the ankles, with the wrists, with the knees maybe? And then however you'd like to get there, just slowly making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Let's seal our practice with one deep releasing breath. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, for getting stretchy, getting a little bit strong with me. I really hope you enjoyed this practice, and it's a great one to return to, like I said, to work your way towards the splits if you have not achieved them. Don't forget to subscribe, maybe leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll be practicing again with you very soon.